Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode vlog on the YouTube channel. Got a lot going on. I worked all day a couple days ago working on this teak here, getting it down to the right size. But after many hours of working and whatnot, we have this stuff milled down and looking really nice. I've got to pass it through the planer a few more times, and then we're doing final dimensions. Gonna make some dowels and get this party started. That's what's on the ticket today. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Here we go. You can see behind me, this kind of the concept of the door. We've got a wider toe kick area. There's 10 lights going up this thing, and then this top header cross piece is just a little bit wider than the rest of these. But that was a heck of a lot of work getting that done. But it's gonna look good. Where we're at right now, got to build a 3/4 inch doweling jig because I'm gonna use some custom dowels. Put some Instagram posts up about that, but I'll go ahead and splice that section in here. I made a little video of making these dowels here, so cue that one right now with some cool music. Boom, go for it. This is how we make dowels. First thing, we start by running this thing through the table saw. Come over here, take this thing, mark the edges, take this bad boy, cut down, cut all around it until you get a tenon that looks like this. Real rough, doesn't need to be nice. And then you take on the edge, get yourself a nice little taper like this on the edges. That is what's going to make it centered more in the jig. And then over here we got the jig. Put this thing, chuck it up in your drill. Here's my jig right here I made. I'll explain that later. And that's how you make dowels out of regular old stock. And you can see we've got lots of them here. So just wanted to show you how I made my dowel thing here. This thing right down here is the one I just used for my 3/4 inch dowels. Right in here I stepped it from 1.25 to 1 inch to 3/4 inches right here. So where this thing goes through. Secret weapon is different between this and other people's I've seen, because this is the chisel that is an old chisel I actually ground a round edge on. This roundness actually helps me leave the stock full square. So I can leave the stock like this much square, and because it's rounded like that, it'll actually take it all off, all the way down. So this clamps right here. You adjust your thickness by how far this protrudes in and out, and you end up with dowels. We've got a whole stack of them right over here. About 2 hours later, that's including making the jig. Got about 30 or so feet of dowels, which I need to build the doors. The goal by the end of today is I need these bad boys glued up. And I got a really tight deadline. That's today. If I get them glued up, that means should have the install. I mean, it gives me 1 day basically to finish the rest, including mortising all the locks in and stuff like that. So first thing I gotta do is get this drill press set up and make this jig. That didn't seem so bad. Went together easy. Now let's try it out. See if it works. So apparently I need to, I think this is a friction fit chuck that that's going there. That popped off. Other than that, it looks like it's going well. Looks like the holes are nice and straight. Should be good. So now on to building this jig and getting these dowels drilled out and put in the doors. Here we go. Got it. Just gotta do 2 more. All right, real quick, been working on all these dowels. Got a big mess here, but I just wanted to debut my dowel jig I made. It works great. Set it up on the layout lines you've got, like so. You drill through down here, works beautifully. And then on the ends right here, where I've got 4 3/4 inch dowels that I made myself, line it up, drop a dowel into the 3rd hole there, scoot it over, put it down and do your 4th one. It makes a very repeatable doweling jig. This is so far my best jig I've ever made. So yeah, we are going to get this door glued up. Right over here you can see I already glued up 1, and I gotta glue this one up tonight, let it dry, and finally get this sucker going. This glue up is messy. I'm gonna roll a bit of a time lapse right now. Here we go. done. 2 doors down. Very, very glad about that. That's one of the biggest hurdles. Still got a ton of work. That's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Okay, YouTube, so it's about to get real. Got to sand these doors right here and plane them and get them all flat. So it'd be awesome if I had a huge old drum sander I could just pass them through, but I don't. I have my hands and some hand tools, and we're gonna get to it. So I'm gonna get my ninja mask on and we are gonna just go for gold. Jump in real quick here with a little bit of knowledge on door making. If you are trying to make your own doors, I've made a number of doors. I mean, I'm not like a door maker by any stretch of the imagination, but when cutting all these pieces out, the thing that I was looking at and shaping everything was getting all of the ends true and square and having everything 90-degree angles and whatever, because that way when you glue it up, you have the best chance of everything staying flat. Once you have it glued up, your chance of it having flat is pretty much over, and you'll spend a lot of time just trying to get the top and the back flat. We're going for flat. So right now these doors are a little over about 1 7/8 inch thick. It's gonna go down a solid 1/8 of an inch, if not more, by the time I get done flattening out both sides. So yeah, first thing is square and true, and then now it's just get it flat. All right, looks like we got the system down. Looks like the method that works the best is hit it with the belt sander, touch it up with my little number 4 plane, dialing in my router to get all of this action in here, and then we gotta take the hammer and chisel and square up the corner like that. That is a lot of work, because not only do we have 10 here, we got 10 more up here. So for tonight, we are just gonna finish up all this. I'm not gonna video any of it because it is boring as I'll get out. Okay, so this is it. Got these bad boys sanded. Tonight should be our last night. We just have to dimension these bad boys. Final sand our stack of glazing trim over here. And then we will be done. Well, we gotta stain it still. Thanks for coming along with the ride, guys. We're gonna just start cranking here. Wow, that's heavy. Make some solid doors. Shoo. So one of my least favorite things is when you glue these up, right here in these corners, you almost always get a little squeeze out when you glued everything up. It's not that bad, it just takes some time, especially when you've got 10 lights in the door. Makes it a lot harder, but I just gotta get in there with the chisel, clean up that glue before I do the final sand on this guy. Yeah, so on with the time lapse. It's a lot more fun for you guys to watch the time lapse, but it still takes me a long time. Quick shout out to my man Kenny, Christmas present. Even though it's March, I'm just now opening this. Figured out need some of the bits that are inside of this bad boy. Go check them out right here somewhere. KBB Jedi on Instagram. Kenny's the man. Chee-hoo! Right. So we got all this glazing mold sanded to 120. Got the doors sanded to 120. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because it is late already, but it actually looks like tomorrow is gonna be the day. We're gonna sand all this to 320 grit on every component, and we will dust everything off really good, set it all up, and stain it. We'll call it a night for now. That was a lot of sanding. Alright guys, it has been quite the eventful day. I was in a terrible hurry last night getting the oil on these things, but I wanted to just shoot a quick video. I'm about to pull these down, get them over to the client's house, solve our pieces. Everything's ready to go, and it's gonna take me quite a while. One thing that was fun that I did yesterday that is I'm proud of is this mortise right here. I actually ended up having to do it by hand. I mean, all this I used to drill for and stuff like that. But yeah, it came out really nice. These doors, they obviously look custom, but they look very Very clean, and I think that's what the owner was going for. Gotta load these bad boys up. I apologize. I was in such a big hurry. I did not record a single thing of it. I was just like, you know what? You gotta run, but at least you get this. Ta-da! That's it. Alright, so got these things all loaded in. We are rip-roaring, ready to go. I'm gonna go drop these off tonight, and then tomorrow morning looks like we're gonna get the install done. It's been raining over here, so it makes the install that much more fun. Next segment is probably gonna be me unloading everything, setting up tomorrow morning. Dropped off all the tools. I've got to work around my wife's schedule just a bit this morning. I am on my way to get her dropped off, and then I will be back here in about an hour, and we are going to get these doors. It is going to be sweet. So, got pressed for time, my phone died, and didn't get the video of the rest of the install, but there she be. There she be. Just finished putting the glass in and all the trim. Owner is super stoked. Got this really fancy Ashley Norton hardware. There's quite a bit of cross sight on the door jambs, which is frustrating, but that's how it works. So we did it. We got this thing done. But yeah, I've got to clean up all my mess here, and I've got to get the heck out of here. Got a hot date tonight. Gee. So I'm actually going to end the video right here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Shoot comments, questions below. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. I don't post a lot. There's not going to be annoying notifications or whatever. Thanks again for watching, guys. Thank you. Sweet. So yeah, check this out. The gate. Look at this. Gate's gonna open. Da, da, da. How you like them apples? Still works. Of course it still works.